Hello everyone. Welcome to our presentation of the beautiful country of Bhutan. Before anything else, we would like to inform you all about our chosen multimedia tool. Vela is an interactive presentation platform that is distinguished by its unique format, where instead of single directional slides, presentations are made up of linkable screens with embeddable media and content objects. Both the website and the application are conveniently built for on the go users like myself and my co host who like to make use of iPads and tablets. Now, on to the main attraction. Chisai, please introduce us to the land of the Thunder Dragon.
The Kingdom of Bhutan is a small landlocked nation situated between China, India, Nepal, and Bangladesh. Situated in the midwestern part of the country along the Himalaya mountains is Thimphu, the capital. 70% of the terrain is coated with forests, while 7% is pressed beneath glaciers. A predominantly Buddhist country, it chose to distance itself from the rest of the world for centuries to evade foreign influence. In the 1970s, it slowly began to open up with the royal government privatizing tourism in 1991. The ban on television and the internet was lifted only 21 years ago in 1999. Though the country is slowly changing with the times, the Bhutanese are still a people who place great value in their national identity and rich heritage. Each citizen actively takes part in perpetuating Bhutan's living culture, which then in turn preserves the nation's sovereignty. This level of participation is something that all of us can learn from. As a society, we must follow Bhutan's example in embracing modernity without losing much of its character, to take pride in the history we have, both the one that predates colonialism and the one after. A unique country and people indeed. Tell us more about that, Vega.
Happily, Chisai, the Bhutanese care deeply about their environment. It is the first country in the world to impose constitutional obligations on its people to protect the environment. Among its requirements, at least 60% of the land must remain under forest cover at all times. Bhutan is also the only nation in the world where the sale and distribution of tobacco is banned. Polygamy and polyandry are both legal so long as there is consent. Women are seen in society as equal to men, perhaps why Bhutan is the only South Asian country to have ratified the UN CEDAW, Committee on the Elimination and Discrimination Against Women Convention, without any reservations. It has an army, but being a landlocked country, it does not have nor need a navy. Interestingly, in a wonderful display of international relations, India is responsible for Bhutan's military training, armed supplies, and aerial defense. India's Eastern Army Command and the Eastern Air Command both have included the protection of Bhutan into their role. The most distinguishing factor is the country's constitutional monarchy. The House of Wangchuk has ruled Bhutan since its reunification in 1907. Its current king Jigme Khezar Namgyel Wangchuk, who took over in 2006, has overseen dramatic political change in the country, further driving it towards decentralization, democratization, and development. The royals are highly revered and hugely popular amongst the populace, as the monarchy is seen as a diplomatic force and an entity that provides a tangible link between the country and its history. It paints a portrait of legitimacy, nationalism, and pride, acting as a constant reminder of the illustrious past and future possibilities. Indeed, the Bhutanese are a happy people, ranked the happiest in Asia, in fact. As a country, how does this happiness affect the country's economy? The floor is yours, Chisai.
Bhutan is a country famous for its unique philosophy which steers its development. Gross national happiness, known as GNH, is Bhutan's biggest soft powers export. It is a way of living where success is measured by the people's satisfaction and the quality of life. Every 5 years, 8,000 citizens from randomly selected households answer a questionnaire of about 300 questions regarding psychological well-being, health, time use, education, culture, good governance, community vitality, ecology, and living standards. This is crucial to the political and economic stability that the kingdom has. According to the World Bank, Bhutan has maintained a steady pace in macroeconomic growth, heavily supported by hydropower construction, supported fiscal and monetary policies, and its strong relationships with India, a major trading partner and the country's primary defender and source of foreign aid. Bhutan has become a lower middle income country and poverty has been cut by two-thirds in the last decade. Average annual growth of gross domestic product numbers at 7.5% since the dawn of the 1980s, making Bhutan economy one of the fastest growing globally. However, it is now without its challenge which include large current account deficits, high public debt, an underdeveloped private sector, and a high youth unemployment rate. A mere delay in hydropower construction could negatively impact macroeconomic prospects. Furthermore, since the closing of its borders due to the pandemic, Bhutan's economic growth decreased by 3.8% as a considerable portion of its economy relies on tourism. However, Bhutan has not wavered its mission to propel itself towards green development, gathering support from international institutions such as World Bank to fund the improvement of irrigation, agroeconomic practices for key commodities to increase self-reliance. With all that being said, Vega, please take the stage and tell our audience why we chose Bhutan and how our country, the Philippines, can learn from it.
And take the stage I shall, Chisai. Bhutan is not a complete stranger to us Filipinos. Most of us would have already encountered it through the television series Princess and I, starring Catherine Bernardo and Danielle Padilla as the fictional kingdom of Yangdon. Nonetheless, the fact that it borders anonymity simply because it is not a huge power should not be the case at all. We believe that there is so much more we could learn from this small yet proud kingdom. As arts management students, Chisai and I are taught and trained to place great value in culture and arts and its preservation. Bhutan is an excellent example of how a country can embrace modernity without allowing the loss of culture. People are allowed and even encouraged to go to work in traditional wear. Customs are kept alive and well documented. On more technical grounds, the Philippines should look to Bhutan in matters of green development. We have an abundance of natural resources that are continually being exploited by foreign invaders and desecrated by huge corporations. Furthermore, using our natural resources, like how Bhutan made use of hydropower, can generate income for the country and ensure stability, especially after such troubling times like this pandemic. Also, the Philippines must choose its allies carefully. A country, like man, is no island. We must enter foreign relationships that are mutually beneficial, relationships that are based on respect, honesty, and a heart for the good of the citizens. Lastly, though we have no king or queen, we must ensure that our power to put figures into position is not abused. We must take it upon ourselves to impose integrity in our elected officials. We, the people of the Republic of the Philippines, must act as our own monarchy. Thank you all for your time. We hope that this has been a great learning experience for you as it has been for us. Again, this is Vega,
And Chisai,
wishing you
wishing
a
you a wonderful
wonderful
afternoon.
afternoon.